Yo, 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 Nakama Worldwide, welcome back to Conqueror's Haki Corner. It's your boy Vim. It's your boy Serge, and we're here to bring you our live reaction to Attack on Titan Chapter 106. It's been a long month, we've been waiting for this chapter. Before we do anything, please remember to smash that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up if you love Attack on Titan, if you love us, you've got to love me.
Jeez.
Let's not get it's a hot day in northwest London today, but we're not gonna keep you waiting. We've got a lot to get through tonight. It's been a good week for manga.
Amazing week.
It's emotional, it's exciting.
I can't wait to get into it. But before I get into it, Serge, thank you to all our new subscribers. We appreciate every single one of you.
Yeah.
Salute, salute, salute.
Every single time, man. Nakama for life. Thank you. Keep doing what you're doing. We grow with you. There's no two ways about it. Let's get it, man. But let's get on with this chapter.
All right. Firstly, the chapter is volunteer soldiers.
Cool. We see a hand, someone's holding a seashell. If I were to tell you about something like this, I think that you'd get worried over it. Captain, the team that we sent ahead of us would have landed about 2 households 2 hours ago, but there's no news of them. I know that, but the second and third reconnaissance teams are preparing for landing. They've defeated the warrior corps as well. Those devils from the island are menaces to the world. No matter what, that's the reality of the situation that will communicate back home to Mali. I wanted to ask you something. So at that time, 3 years ago, it looks like the Titanic is shrinking in this one.
Aaron, picking it up on his back.
Okay, so we've got a flashback. This is what's going on.
Yeah.
Time winds back to before the invasion of Mali.
All right, cool. By that time already, things had probably changed. Okay, well, Aaron just looking gully always.
Not just that, but he looks focused, man. This guy's in control of his Titan.
Very in control. Hang in there. Okay, so the soldiers on the ship, they're clearly just getting moved around. It's a devil.
Wow, he's lifting the entire ship.
Aaron's leveled up. This is 3 years ago, so he's still getting stronger, I'm guessing. He dashes the ship into the beach, onto the shore. Everyone from Mali, hello, and welcome to Paradise Island.
Wow.
Perfect.
Okay, so they were doing a reconnaissance, trying to find out what they can do on Paradise Island, and this is how these lot caught up to them. My name is Hanji. You've come all this way by crossing the ocean. We're here to welcome you as guests.
Okay.
You must be tired from your long trip, so feel free to come right this way for some tea. Please enjoy yourselves. She's looking like a pirate with that one-eye patch. By the way, you'll be one step ahead of the guests who will be arriving. We'll be such close friends in no time. Don't you think so too?
Nicola Kun.
Okay.
And he's got a knife behind him. Captain, please don't worry about me and shoot down these devils. What? What are you trying to say, Nicola Kun? I don't even feel like associating myself with your cheap drama.
I love Levi, man.
Levi back here chilling, and you got Hanji being sarcastic and trying to welcome these guys in. This is. Did you see the comedic value that these guys bring on Paradise Island?
Uchiha Levi.
Uchiha Levi.
Nicolo, listen up, you devils. Mali won't even lend an ear to you of filthy blood. It's not like I'm about to sit down and sip on a cup of pig's piss with you filthy lot. Alright, man, this sounds serious.
Wow.
Racism issues, man.
Yo. Do you really think it's okay to say that kind of insult? You didn't even see the Titan that's behind you. The threats these guys are going to throw now. Anyway, I wonder how you'll escape from here. She's so sarcastic.
Aaron's been in the gym, man.
Aaron's been in the gym. He's been pumping. We won't yield to the power of you devils. This is a greeting from Mali. You don't care. All right, soldier.
Hanji looking serious. All right.
Hey.
So she's looking under. Everyone's looking shocked. Everyone's paying attention. Oh, one of the soldiers turned on them. So that's why they're confused.
Wow. Okay, he just been shot. What is the meaning of this, Shelena? Toss away your weapons.
Okay.
So a little bit of mutiny on the ship.
Is this the girl that was with?
I believe so. So she was the one that was disguised as a boy, and obviously trapped the other Titans into that little hole.
You guys do as you're told. They were dashing their guns.
Go back into that scene. Love Attack on Titan. Look at the bullet wound on his head.
Bullet wound on his head, man. That's
Jeez. intricate details.
We must sound like some gory two guys.
Hey, listen.
Hanji, I'd be honored to accept your invitation. Let's have tea.
Chucking the weapons into the sea. These guys are just like proper army ready. They're ready now. They know what they're doing.
And this is 3 years ago.
Yeah. I've wanted to meet you, Eren. Okay.
What the hell are their intentions? That huge girl shot her comrade to death. Who knows? It doesn't matter if they are allies or enemies. We definitely can't trust them. Don't fall asleep, Sasha. She went for a long sleep last episode.
Jeez.
But they should have talked it out amongst themselves. It's unbelievably good luck for us to obtain information from them. Yeah, we're really lucky. It was only by chance that I could obstruct the enemy from landing. I had to do something about it.
He's depressed, man.
Okay, they got the camp set up, all looking organized. Hey, I see. So that's how this can even fire multiple shots. So they're comparing technology.
Yeah, yeah.
Because Paradise Island is clearly behind Mali at the time. Which
However,
it would
they were still advanced in their own matter of trying to defeat and combat. And in protecting themselves against Titans.
Yep.
So they innovated in a different way.
See? Everything has its reason. Paper, scissors, rock. That's standard equipment issued to Mali soldiers. Mali soldiers are composed of 20,000 people per division.
Okay.
In total, there are 50 divisions, so roughly 1 million soldiers.
And in addition to that army, we have a total of 21 battleships amongst 3 fleets. On the other hand, we also have remarkable weapon developments. We've been concentrating on our efforts on aviation war potential. Aviation. So we saw a glimpse of this with the blimps they use. So we don't know if that's what they're alluding to at the moment.
Wow. Look at this powerful moment between Levi and Hanji. She says, aviation? He kisses his teeth. And they both just read each other's looks because they're not saying it, nor is the speech bubbles. Don't be so scared. She'll look down on us. Understood. Levi Tajo. We've got a black guy there.
Salute.
The point is that it will cross over the sea and walls. The enemy will appear from the skies as a mobile weapon. Come from the skies. That's what we saw when they came from the airship when they invaded the Arabic peoples of the Attack on Titan world. So Mali possesses this sort of power. So for at least a year, why didn't they flat out come to assault us? There are primarily 2 reasons. Even with state-of-the-art weapons to strike Paradise Island, the pure Titans are difficult obstacles to deal with for landing. To Mali, it was our policy to confine the Eldian people within the walls. But on the contrary, it's because of their existence that Eldia was protected from the advancement of Mali. Okay. Well, that's amusing. However, it will be dawn soon. It will be time for the Titans to become active, right? Now it seems as though we can casually have tea outside the walls. So all of the Titans on the island have been killed. Is this the case? If so, what will you do about it? One way or another, Mali is informed of this. No, that's amazing. It's more than we expected.
Okay, I see what's happening. So what's the second reason? Because currently Mali has broken into a state of war with several of our allied nations. To be honest, we're too preoccupied to even think about dealing with Paradise Island. Originally, you all were the reason that war broke out, right?
War, okay.
The Jaw and Beast Titans, the pride of Mali's team of warriors were defeated. The Colossal and Female Titans, you snatched away the main weapons of Mali.
Wow. Yeah, well, the Colossal and Female Titans are very attack-based.
So were Mali seen as weak at this point when the Titans were
they were weakened because they didn't have all their weapons to utilize.
So the other nations maybe have obviously revolted and wanted to fight out. But what's also interesting is Yelena saying, as shocked as they are, you've taken out all of these existing Titans that have been roaming around
under your condition
and conquered the whole island.
So they're acknowledging their own innovation and development.
Jeez.
Mali happens to be the enemy of many nations. Foreign nations will unite in an instant to oppose them. The war has only just begun. 1 second. Whoa. Bear with us one moment.
Technical error.
Here we go. There we go.
Okay. And from your perspective, the people from the devastated countries should have a I'm going to assume this is a typo, should have a grudge against Mali. You seem to be a spy who infiltrated Mali's army. Is that right? Actually, these guys are
Looks
smart.
on their faces.
Deducting things very quickly.
Cold, not letting her know, and hand she's just being the genius that she is.
I'm right. No wonder Mali was betrayed. It was due to your own motives and the fact that you don't have support, right? In terms of intel and such, well, we shouldn't call it something like that. My hometown was snatched away by Mali, and then we were drafted soldiers. As soldiers, we were completely powerless. Now, let's put this into real life context. You've got countries that are oppressed and individuals out there that are just recruiting their own soldiers because they're taking over that particular country.
Well, it's got kind of historically like the context of the Turks and the Ottoman Empire, where they invaded many countries over Europe over a 500, 600 year span, and then they would take their young and make them into their soldiers. But the sentiment of ill will towards their oppressors would always exist amongst certain sects.
In the understanding of when they were growing up, and also them giving that hate to their own kind and continuously passing it along.
So as Mali was growing, so was the cancer within it. Cool. My hometown was snatched away by Mali, and then we were drafted as soldiers. We were completely powerless. We were in a situation where we were losing our strong will to rebel against this large nation. That is until he guided us. A fearsome titan who was called the devil by the people of the world in Mali. So this is who Eren Yeager's big brother really is.
Okay.
But to me, he looked like something else completely different. He's a god.
Wow. Okay. A little bit of a fangirl right here, mate.
We were helped, and usually that's what happens in these mangas. Someone always follows someone, and Zeke was being followed by Yelena. We were helpless, but he showed us that there was hope. We shot down a high-ranking officer under the orders of Zeke Yeager. We are volunteer soldiers from the anti-Mali faction.
Okay.
Our
volunteer
purpose
soldiers
is the liberation of the Eldian people.
Free the people.
So that's what Zeke was about.
Zeke Yeager's demands are as follows. Within the time that he has left, he is to be accepted by Paradise Island.
Okay.
And as for his younger half-brother who is endowed with the founding titan, he is to meet with Eren Yeager. On the condition that the safety of Paradise Island is guaranteed. He will begin to offer the latest technology and weaponry, and we will also become intermediaries to existing friendly nations, and provide support for intelligence gathering.
Haven't seen him in a while.
Relates to Mali. I think they're just feeling sick to the stomach. Even I am. Zeke Yeager. It's not certain that anyone or anything will survive, even though the survival of the Eldian people is our objective.
That's out of the question. Are you seriously buying into such a stupid story? Our enemy is the Beast Titan, right? He transformed the villagers of Rogako into titans. He stuck fear into everyone within the walls. Wasn't he the ringleader who massacred the Survey Corps until they were on the verge of being annihilated? Such impudence. How dare he? Their motive has been consistent from the beginning, to recover the founding titan. It's not like we'd resort to friendly talk and negotiations just because brute force didn't work. That's something that the enemy should have been aware of as well. But firstly, we ought to listen to the terms of the leader from their delegation.
I mean, Zeke Yeager is now seeking refuge because he has an ulterior motive, but all that damage he caused, and from watching the anime, you could just see the bloodlust in him. He didn't care.
By any means necessary. I mean, when you look back now, it was all about just obtaining Eren. He wanted the founding titan.
He didn't care who he got out of the way, Eldian people or not.
I'll continue with Zeke. We'll resolve all of the Eldian people's problems in a single blow. A secret plan was left behind. In order to conduct that secret plan, it requires some things. The founding titan and a titan who possesses the blood of the royal family. If those two were to be assembled in the world, then
the world would then be saved.
The world would then be saved. However, that secret plan will be divulged and can only be done once all the conditions have been met. I can't stand listening to it. It's something that we will severely underestimate.
But it's true, okay? Stand up, mate. I remember it. Just once I was able to activate the power of the founding titan. For a moment, I came in contact with a Titan. With a Titan possesses the blood of the royal family. Ah, he's original. He's original. His dad's original first wife. The face of that Titan was the same person as the person in the photograph that my father left behind. It was the same as Dina Fritz's face. By chance, on that day, for an instant, I touched Dina Fritz, who was wandering as a pure Titan, so that predicament was theorized. In other words, it's clear that Dina's son is Zeke, right? As it means to circumvent the vow to renounce war. It's the only hope left for us Eldian people. There are tens of millions of Titans that are dormant within the walls. The Titans will trample the world. That condition is the activation of the Earthen Roblin. Wow. You just gone deep.
A very big theory chapter, man. Real backstory. Here we go. Aaron, why have you been so silent about all of this up until now? Because I was worried about what would happen to Historia. I couldn't let her become a Titan based on my unreliable information. I thought about this. It was a rash decision, but I'll admit to it. We'll listen to that closely later. But if we were to assume this to be true, that means this would be consistent with Zeke's secret plan. Are you insane? You feel as though we can trust those guys? He's right. There are many enemies. You won't know what will happen if you stay on the island. All of them should be hung to death. No, we can't do that either. In order to protect this island from Marley's reconnaissance ships, we need the power of the volunteer soldiers.
And her comrades. If we don't have wireless communications, we are the first reconnaissance ship team. Please respond. Okay.
So this is where they double agent it. Okay.
We are the second reconnaissance ship team. Thank goodness. We are stranded. Please quickly send help. We'll head straight toward you. Send over the location info. Understood. That
Intel.
Inlet A. What's the plan? Relax. 2 reconnaissance ships are headed your way. Okay. It's like obviously a trap.
Lovely. Hey, are you safe? You'll be alright. It's a setup and a half. The colossal Titan.
Jeez.
That's the enemy. The ship is done for. How? Hurry. Jump in. Wow, gun to the head, man. Welcome to the dirty island of filthy devils. Enjoy your hospitality.
Help yourself to some pig fist. Man, like Levi.
Levi's a savage, man. It's fine if you refuse. You don't have
permission for landing.
It'll be tough, but you can swim back home.
Alright. Back then, it was fun. Alright? Having fun. Certainly us Eldians, we're feared and hated by the world, and yet we don't even know the faces of those from across the sea. Very true. But as for those people from across the sea, they weren't only enemies.
Let's manufacture the most needed things for this island. This is called a harbor. A harbor, eh? Kids would be delighted. This isn't a playground. I wonder if they'll even build a mixed gender bathhouse. It's not a hot springs, you pervert. Would there be anything delicious? It's not about food. This is a location where you can safely dock your ship. I see. So with the ships that we seize, we can use them to establish commerce with others in the sea. That's right, Miss Hanji. This is a place that will connect you with the world.
Jeez, okay.
That's amazing on Yakapon. But where are the children going to play? A hot springs is important too. By the way, on Yakapon, how is your skin black?
Wow, all right.
Propaganda direct with the...
Gee, but they've been cut off from the world. So their ignorance
They don't know, man.
Yeah.
Ignorance is bliss. The one who created us had this way of thinking. That it'd be more interesting to have different types of people.
All right.
The people who became the Titans, the subjects of Ymir, are the same. We all exist because he desired it. Wow.
So who made us?
Crazy, man. He's been quiet, man. I want to hear you talk a little bit more, Armin, man.
Armin the genius.
Missing a page, guys. Bear with us. Internet being a bit slow. Wow, so far, man, it's been a great flashback episode, and it's really helped tie things together in terms of, you know, plugging the leaks on. It was a bit unbelievable at first that Zeke was now on side with Eren, but obviously was always that rumor of what's happened in the last 5 years. We're not aware of everything that's happened. And this is really tying the things together. So Zeke, his intention was to get the founding Titan to get the power of all the Titans, to control, that ultimate power. Realized he couldn't. So the next thing he did is he tried to befriend Eren.
It's interesting because from the time when he first came and he was killed half the Marine Corps, he said, Eren, I'm not your enemy. I'm just only, and I was always curious from that point, what did he mean?
Now we know. The one being bestowed with the power of the finding to the founder Ymir, in other words, God. Some people think so, just thinking about it is freedom, right? The world is much more complicated, implying that there are things we do not know yet. Call that lovely food, man. So look at Sasha, man. What's with this cooking? We're eating like this.
This is the first time you've had seafood. Nicola is a master of Malian cuisine. Damn it, why me? He doesn't want to be there. If you don't like it, then don't eat it, you audience. You guys are something like...
It's delicious. No fair, Sasha.
Nicola, you're a genius.
That's love, man. There's a cleaner way to eat. I'm starting with this. There's still more you can eat slower. Oof. Practicing his shot. The harbour will be completed soon. Seems like they progress quickly since we borrow the power of Malian engineers. They cooperate so well. Well, at first they were suspicious of one another, so it wasn't going smoothly at all. But as time went on, they addressed and faced one another without titles.
All right, nice. I like this.
So the sharing of technology, there's really a lot of detail in the art showing us the knowledge, the growth, the
how they were learning from each other and understanding each other.
Fast track.
We certainly understand each other, see? Read my mind. Armin, did you see some things in Berthold's memories? No, nothing useful in particular. We don't have much time. Zeke's lifespan won't be longer than 3 more years. Yeah, but not only that. At this rate, we'll be proceeding according to Yelena and her comrade strategies. Are there problems with it? She said that we're seriously going to threaten the world with the earthen rumbling, and that there's no other technique to protect the Odian people. Well, it will truly be a nightmare that will strike the world with fear.
But can't we discuss it together before then? Once we have the harbour, we'll be able to discuss with Marley and other people around the world if we could solve our misunderstandings. Misunderstandings?
All right.
What do you mean by misunderstandings?
That's why I'm saying that we shouldn't be feared. From the viewpoint of the rest of the world, we are monsters who transform into titans. There's no misunderstanding there, right? But we've been making friends with the Malian people too. With who? Most of the Malian soldiers are glaring at the walls of the camp. Well, if we give them some time, and so we need time. That's right. For the sake of buying some time, we ought to do something to prevent any interference. Eren is just savage. Look at him. Jeez.
Whoa.
They come back in. Maybe.
There was a different way.
Things could have happened. Sasha.
So now we come back to the present. You see Sasha get shot.
That's all I can think about.
That's all I can think about, man. Sasha, I love their suits. Everyone's not happy. Look at the sadness on all their faces. There's Yelena, Hanji, Zeke, Levi, Eren.
Today, there were funerals for the 8 people who had died from the campaign, including Sasha.
Wow. And that's why he's holding the seashell from the beginning.
I understand
I intended to understand Eren more than anyone else, even more than Mikasa, but I don't even know anymore. Eren even intended to do it alone, even by cooperating with Eren.
Or even by abandoning him, which would have been the worst option. At any rate, numerous people were killed. Battleships, military soldiers, and civilians were all dragged into this. It was the same as what happened to us on that day. Everything was suddenly snatched away.
Vicious circle of life, man.
Eren,
but that was Eren's intention.
He said
that's what he did to us, and that's what we're going to do to you.
The same thing he saw, he wanted to bring it back. But if their naval port is going strong and the Malian forces will immediately launch an attack upon this island in retaliation, a path to reconciliation has been cut off, but we had no other choice. Just like the day that you guys did it.
Wow, man.
Wow.
Right, Annie.
Oh my God. All right. Gee.
So, I mean, we've been suspecting this, that she's still in the
paralysis state.
Please answer me.
With something.
Wow.
So it was reported as a victory. Isn't it dreadful to not know anything? I'm going to kill you and send you back your dead body to Mali. Your conspiracy will become clear. Your grandmother and grandfather are dead, right? And so if your so-called secret plan is indeed genuine, then I'll wait just a bit longer before I mince you. I don't mind one way or another. Grateful for your lenient words. I'll tell you why I'm laughing, because Levi just wants to
Levi ain't let it go, man.
He just wants to
Levi has not let it go.
He don't care.
I'm grateful for your lenient words, but you'll make me meet up with Aaron soon. But yeah, you'll make me meet up with Aaron soon, eh? When you stop glaring at me.
If we don't win, we'll die. If we win, we'll survive. If we don't fight, we can't win. So fight. And so each of them begin to advance forward onto their own decisively non-intersecting paths.
And fight.
Till we continue next issue.
Wow. Epic, tied together chapter. I think this is what we needed. We needed a chapter to just kind of tie in all the action that's been going on Attack on Titan, man. So we can see the pattern of how everything was tied together. What was the true intentions of Zeke? Very clever how Yelena infiltrated, sacrificed her own people to build that trust. Ruthless world. Paradise Island, Mali. This is a ruthless world.
And
man.
she was taken from her own home country. So she in herself feels entrapped. So why doesn't she want to be free?
So even in the greatness of Mali, they have their own inner cancers that have made them vulnerable, and what happened to them in the last few chapters. And then just lots of little subplots going on. Like, we can see where this is going. We can see how we're looking to link up with other countries and, devise. This is going to end up in all-out war.
Yeah, all-out war. Or they're just going to join together in their forces to take down one particular...
But then we can see the discontent within the own faction of the Paradise Island crew.
Yeah.
Eren has started acting rogue, which is why he's locked up.
He's starting to behave more in a manner where they feel they can't trust him anymore. His actions are speaking louder than his words. And all he's doing is action.
And Levi is still so measured, but he's just ready to... He's going to mince him.
As soon as Zeke has served his purpose, he's done.
No forgiveness from Levi, man.
No forgiveness.
He's like Sasuke, man. I'm telling you, Uchiha Levi, man.
And you just feel, I'm ready. Well, yeah, you keep talking. Okay, yeah, I want to cut you.
What an amazing chapter. And they
Brilliant.
built the sad point. I love the punchline at the end. Like, you went through all these causes. Let's try to talk. Let's do this. And because they didn't, maybe that's why maybe Sasha died, because we resorted to violence. But then look at the dreadful killing that they did to them, which happened to them themselves because of them. It's a vicious cycle, man. They touch on so many issues.
And the same conversation that Eren had with Bertolt, Armin had with Annie.
The consciousness of the characters. I mean, the character development, everything's on a fly right now. Give this chapter 4.5 out of 5.
Another month.
Another month, man.
Break my
But
heart.
you know what? This chapter kind of linked up all the last 5 chapters.
And
for me.
it pieces it. And this is the good thing about Attack on Titan. They give you a good underlying storyline, and they give you the detail you need. So.
Are you guys looking forward to the anime? Season 3 is coming out. Is it July
Punch
or
that
August?
like button. Tell me you love it.
Punch a like button. Let the comments below what you think is going to happen. Do you think there's going to be a kind of a fracture within the Paradise Island troops, the Eldians? Are they going to go separate? Mikasa will follow Eren, but Eren's going against what other people want him to do. He's getting more intelligent and less obedient.
So effectively, they won't save him. When push comes to shove, will he have to do his own thing, and who will jump in for him?
And when will we see his, he ate the Warhammer Titan.
Will we see it come into action?
We need to confirm that still. But anyway, comment below. Let us know what you thought about this chapter. If you like this chapter, hit that thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. We love you. Link up every single time.
But from Conquerors Haki Corner,
Peace out.
peace out.